In the complete method, Altès titles this one Detached Tremolo, in parentheses, Triple Tonguing. And obviously you can see he wants a fast tempo not only from the metronome marking, but by the fact that he calls this tonguing tremolo. You have to tongue really, really fast, especially of course to go up to his indicated tempo. Don't worry about that, that's a very fast tempo. If you go significantly slower, you can still be going quite fast and work on your triple tongue really well. I recently released a video on triple tonguing and all of the different options that you have, things you should be thinking about with triple tonguing. And I'll admit, I'm releasing that video before I put this etude out there so that you can refer to it and have those things in mind with how you're going to triple tongue. You could choose to double or triple tongue, but I believe with this etude, Altès is really guiding us to triple tongue. And not only because it's titled triple tongue, you could like, oh, well, triple tongue, I use double tonguing. It becomes triple tonguing because of the emphasis. But if you look at how this is written, you've got all these slurs, and those slurs make it incredibly awkward in my view if you're trying to double tongue, because they always are slurring two notes in groups of triplets and in somewhat random places, and where you're going to use your forward syllable and your back syllable ta and ka or da and ga really gets thrown off by those little slurs if you're double tonguing. If you're triple tonguing, it's very straightforward. If there's a slur, you just pick up with your next triplet, triple tonguing syllable and continue on, and it's not disruptive at all. However, I'm going to go ahead and admit that when I'm playing this etude fast, I double tongue when I get to sections where there are a bunch of fast triplets and no slurs. Where those come along, I can tell is notably faster for my tongue. My tongue can keep up much better with the metronome than if I'm doing Now, most of the time when I'm triple tonguing, it's not in a context that's fast enough that I can tell that double tonguing is faster. I feel like they're pretty equivalent. But this etude goes so fast that I can tell that because there are fewer rebounds with my tongue, ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta, as I talk about in the triple tonguing episode, it really becomes noticeable how much easier it is to stay with the metronome as the metronome gets faster and faster. I'll link to that episode so you can hear what I have to say about triple tonguing versus double tonguing and why triple tonguing I feel is better in some circumstances and double tonguing is better in other circumstances. And I do use a mix of both in this etude, but that's a little complicated. If in doubt, I would just triple tongue the entire thing. Another note about this etude, not surprisingly, it's easy to get obsessed with the tonguing. Don't forget to do dynamics and accents and pay attention to all those things, little tenutos that he writes in. There are details that we want to keep track of, even though our bodies can easily become so obsessed with getting all the tonguing in there. So now, practice this etude, work on it hard, and prepare for the fact that as you work on it and your tongue gets faster and faster, you are going to have the fastest tongue in your town. Also, one last note, this is the last flute tube that I anticipate recording in my house, in this big, beautiful house, which I'm selling, and today I signed the paperwork to close on selling this house. I'm sad to be leaving it, but I've been meaning to move out for a long time. I've been meaning to downsize. It's huge, but it's beautiful. However, I'm walking away with the last lovely gift of all kinds of home equity. It's appreciated so crazy much that it was clearly the time to sell it if I was going to. And I'm looking for my next house and we'll see what I find.